Is your business struggling to stand out from the crowd online? At Webamax, we specialize in turning clicks into customers. From SEO and PPC to social media management and stunning web design, we've got you covered. Boost your online presence and drive real results. Ready to take your business to the next level? Visit Webamax.com. That's Webimax.com for a free digital analysis. Rule the web with Webamax.com.
With threats to our nation waiting around every corner, adaptability is more important than ever. When conditions change without notice, quick strategic thinking is crucial. And with obstacles consistently impending, determination is essential in overcoming them. It's this willingness, decisiveness, and resilience that sets Marines apart. With our fighting spirit, we don't just fight battles, we win them. Marines are the constant our nation counts on to fight the unknown. And through adaptable problem solving, we do just that. Learn more at marines.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, how to get 30, how to get 20, 20, 20, how to get 20, 20, how to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Think you know the Brooks Ghost? Think again. Introducing the all-new, better-than-ever Ghost 16. Now with nitrogen-infused cushioning for lightweight, supreme softness that feels good every step, every street, every single day. So go ahead, take your daily joyride in the all-new nitrogen-infused Ghost 16. It'll turn your everyday miles into everyday endorphins. Let's run there. Head to brooksrunning.com to learn more.
Welcome back, Ram fans. This is Rams Up, your favorite LA Rams podcast. We are proud members of the Fans First Sports Network. That's fansfirstsports.com. You can also follow us on YouTube. Our channel is at LA Rams Up. I'm your host, Mark. You'll hear from my co-host, Tom, on occasion as well. Hey, we're not Rams insiders. We're just longtime fans who love talking about our Los Angeles Rams. Let's get to it. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 467 of Rams Up. Closing in on episode 500. Hard to believe. Gonna have to think of something special to do that episode. We're going to continue our loop around the league, shall we say, checking in on some NFC teams. This episode, let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. We got some news and notes to get through, and let's talk real quickly about a player who wore number 67 since it is episode 467. Remember guard Duval Love, not a bad player, 6'3", 275 pounds, out of Fountain Valley High School and UCLA. Rams selected him in the 10th round of the 1985 draft. Spent 7 years with the Rams from 85 to 91 before moving on to the Steelers and Cardinals. Pretty good player. Duval Love at number 67 for our Rams. Before we get to the Eagles, some news and notes. My brother was traveling through Germany and went to the Nuremberg exhibit, and lo and behold, a Rams helmet was displayed there. Not sure why. Not sure how it got there. His theory is that maybe the Allied soldiers used some of those grounds for football games. Rams didn't have that logo on the helmet until 48, though, so I guess it's possible. But we did stumble across the fact that there is a football team in the German Football League, the Nuremberg Rams, who have a logo very similar, if not identical, to the St. Louis Rams logo. Just a tidbit there I thought I'd share. Was unaware of the existence of the Nuremberg Rams. Now, word on the street is Mike Munchak is back as an official offensive line consultant, and Andrew Whitworth kind of a similar role unofficially. That's good news. This offensive line has a lot of potential. Munchak and Whitworth coaching them up, man, that's a good deal for the Rams. Trevor Lawrence getting that giant contract. I'm kind of on the fence with him. He's obviously a really good quarterback, super talented, could still be special. A little bit disappointing. Well, maybe it's more the Jaguars being a little disappointing in the last couple of years, but don't think the Jags really had a choice, had to pay the guy. Tom Courts shared an interesting stat that was shared by ESPN about tight end usage last year. Last year's 4 conference finalists ran 12 or 21 personnel, among the most in the league, as opposed to the Rams' 11 personnel with 1 tight end. And these 4 conference finalists were also leading the league, or at least towards the top, as far as using motion. Now, McVay did the same, used motion a lot, but mostly out of, again, 11 personnel. So is McVay possibly moving to 12 personnel this year, at least more so? That would better explain the Colby Parkinson signing and the alleged pursuit of Brock Bowers in the draft. So something to keep an eye on. Might make the Rams a little more difficult to game plan for in the early going of the 2024 season. Hey, Austin Trammell has latched on with the Jags, so good for him. Christian McCaffrey on the cover of Madden. A lot of people thought it would be a really cool thing if they put Aaron Donald on there, but it's McCaffrey. Makes sense. NFL.com on their Plus channel, this is the content you have to pay for, ranked the NFL franchises by quarterback legacy, and Rams came in 4th. I was actually surprised that high, probably putting a lot of weight on those 1950s quarterbacks, Norm Van Brocklin, Bob Waterfield, ahead of the Rams, the Packers, Colts, and Niners. The Niners, I'm not sure I feel it. Now, obviously, Joe Montana and Steve Young, they're a pretty big deal. Maybe John Brody, but overall, the Rams, Van Brocklin, Waterfield, Gabriel, Kurt Warner, and even Jared Goff, and now Matthew Stafford. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that, though. Not going to argue too much about quarterback franchise rankings. Aaron Rodgers holding out. My gosh, what is going on with this guy? I know for a fact Packer fans are pretty thrilled about this. And Ian Rappaport, he's reported that Matthew Stafford just wants a safe roster spot over the next few years. And that's why he's seeking more guaranteed money. That's a good sign. He just wants to play longer. And if he's just 90% of the Stafford we've seen over the last couple of years, I'm all in. And an interesting stat shared somewhere, I don't know where I saw this, was unaware of this. The Rams, number 2 in average yards gained on opening drives last year, 54.6, not too shabby. Next up, checking in on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Now's the time to save 30% on wedding jewelry, only on BlueNile.com. Make sure your wedding ring is the one with your pick of diamond and lab-grown diamond bands, all hand-finished and graded for excellence. Or surprise her with something blue she'll love for life, like a stunning pair of sapphire earrings. Blue Nile's jewelry experts are available 24/7 to help, from fit questions to style advice. Right now, get up to 30% off at BlueNile.com. BlueNile.com.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Baker's, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Baker's worth it every time. Baker's, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We started checking in on other NFL teams, focusing on NFC teams that maybe the Rams should have some concern about. Teams that the Rams could potentially be neck and neck with in the wild card race if it comes to that. We talked about the Cowboys a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to check in on the Philadelphia Eagles. 11-6 last year after starting 10-1. How deflating is that? Closed out the season with losses to the Cardinals and Giants, and then lost 32-9 to Tampa Bay in the wild card round. They've lost a few guys, running back DeAndre Swift, safety Kevin Byard, both to the Bears, backup quarterback Marcus Mariota to the Commanders, running back Rashad Penny to the Panthers, Boston Scott to the Rams, and Jason Kelce, a main cog to one of the best offensive lines in the league, if not the best. Travis Kelce's brother, he has retired. Free agency additions, running back Saquon Barkley coming over from the divisional rival Giants, linebackers Bryce Huff and Devin White, and safety Chauncey Gardner-Johnson comes back after a stint with the Lions. Interesting draft. Did a lot of trading, ended up with a first and second round pick, the 22nd and 40th overall, and they went secondary with both picks. In the first round, it was Quinyon Mitchell, the cornerback out of Toledo. That's Deshaun Johnson's school, by the way. And in the second round, not sure if he's going to be playing cornerback or safety. Let's just call him a DB, Cooper DeJean out of Iowa. They got the edge rusher Jalix Hunt in the third round, running back Will Shipley out of Clemson in the fourth round, and Aeneas Smith, the wide receiver out of Texas A&M in the fifth round, and linebacker Jeremiah Trotter in the fifth round. He's out of Clemson. So two players out of Clemson, Trotter and Shipley. And, you know, Paul Walia and I talked about virtually every one of these guys leading up to the draft, except perhaps Shipley. Didn't talk about him a lot. I'm inclined to like this draft overall. Not sure if I'd be thrilled with two guys in the secondary in the first and second round, though, but that's apparently what the Eagles felt like they needed, and so they go Mitchell and DeJean, two highly regarded players for sure. What'd they do last year? 7th in scoring on offense. The defense really kind of tanked at the end of the year, became statistically one of the worst in the league. The last 7 games, they gave up 34, 42, 33, 20, 25, 35, and 27 points, and then 32 in that playoff game. So how's their offense look? Pretty good as far as weapons go. Jalen Hurts, quarterback can hurt you in a lot of different ways. The wide receivers, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, and then they added Saquon Barkley, as I said, and Dallas Goedert, one of the more underrated tight ends. Offensive line, even without Jason Kelce, perhaps the best in the league, anchored by Landon Dickerson and Lane Johnson. On defense, in 2022 and 2023, they used their first-round picks on defensive linemen Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. They added the 2 free agent linebackers, Huff and White, plus the rookie Trotter. And they already had some pretty good guys, Josh Sweat and Avonte Maddox. So they've really replenished this defense through free agency and the draft. And let's talk about this offensive line for a second. Still rated by some as the best in the league from left to right. Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, and Lane Johnson. Jurgens shifting from right guard to center to take over for Kelce. They also added free agent Matt Hennessy as depth along the front there. So are there reasons to be optimistic? Well, on the offensive side of the ball, absolutely. Hurts, Barkley, Smith, A.J. Brown, Goddard the tight end, and a great offensive line. They brought in Vic Fangio, the legend himself, to take over as defensive coordinator. Remember, Jonathan Gannon was in charge of that unit a couple of years ago, now the head coach of the Cardinals. Brandon Graham, their veteran defensive end, came out and said it. They didn't have the right defensive coaches in the right places. After Gannon left, they hired Sean Desai to take over. He's with the Rams now. He got bumped out on December 17th of last year when Matt Patricia was handed the reins of that defense, didn't really improve, so they bring in Fangio. On the offensive side of the ball, they brought in Kellen Moore. Again, they had a changing of the guard. Shane Steichen led that unit 2 years ago, moved on to the Colts. So remember, they lost their DC and their OC, Gannon and Steichen. Things didn't go well last year with Brian Johnson, who replaced Steichen. So Kellen Moore is the new guy in town. Jalen Hurts saying that, man, 95% of their offense is new. Eagles offense could be dangerous once again. Are there concerns with the Eagles? Well, man, how last year ended has to be a concern, but that may have been more about the culture and lack of leadership on the defensive side of the ball, and they seem to have addressed that, bringing in Vic Fangio. So if they have solved that, and they can just get over that mental hump, when you lose like that at the end of a season, you're just chomping at the bit to get back at it. Hopefully, they can get off to a good start. And if they can, I think this is the team to beat in the NFC East. They are going to be very good. I think the end of last year was a little bit of a mirage, a serious bump in the road for them, but I like the direction they're pointed with Vic Fangio and Kellen Moore in the house, these free agent additions, and a pretty good draft. So I think the Cowboys' arrow might be pointing slightly down. Giants getting healthy, they could be a factor. And the Commanders a year or two away from being potentially really good. I think it's the Eagles division this year, followed by the Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders. That's going to do it for this episode. Remember, you can reach us at ramsuppodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget about our YouTube channel. Our handle is at laramsup.com. Till next time, keep the horns up, stay safe, and have fun out there.